Alright, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you the electronics that go with the last video that I posted. So the last video I posted, I kind of showed you how my Morse code paddle works. And now I'm going to be installing a program that I built that will allow us to use that tool to start learning Morse code. You can perfect your Morse code if you know it a little bit. You can learn it a lot better. Or you can actually use it to plug into a radio and then send Morse code over FM modes. So as I was editing this, I thought it'd be important for me to explain the difference between CW and Morse code. So I found this picture, and I'm not saying it's perfectly accurate, but it does the job of demonstrating what I need it to. So on the left, we've got a very thin, narrow bandwidth signal. This is what CW would look like. It's very thin, it doesn't take up a lot of bandwidth. Then on the right, we have a much wider bandwidth, and this would be more like FM frequency modulation, and it takes all the tones of your voice from the lowest tones to the highest pitched tones, and it transmits all of them. CW only transmits one tone, so it uses much narrower bandwidth. And the importance is if you're a ham radio operator and you see you have CW transmit privileges somewhere, you cannot use this and transmit on those CW frequencies because you're still using the full bandwidth. So just please keep that in mind. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and do this. So I do have a Raspberry Pi, and that's what this terminal over here is. This is a Raspberry Pi, and I'm using Raspberry Pi Connect, which I've shown in other videos how to use it. I think in my Pinecraft video, I showed how to use it. Can't remember if I use it for my PomePi project or not. But I've showed how to use it before. If you don't know how to use it, it's pretty simple. It's built in with the new Raspberry Pi installer. So you can just open up the Raspberry Pi installer, click on Raspberry Pi 0, then you'll want to go to Raspberry Pi OS Other, Raspberry Pi OS Lite 32-bit, oh my goodness, okay. And then this will be the name that'll show up in Raspberry Pi, so you can see ham pi is what would show up right here after we flash this, and then you just go through all these settings, and this is Raspberry Pi Connect. You just enable it and then open Raspberry Pi Connect. It'll give you a token and you can go ahead and do next. So really easy way to SSH into your Raspberry Pi. Okay, so now that we know how to get to this, basically just install Raspberry Pi on your SD card, then you're going to go to connect.raspberrypi.com and then click on Connect to connect to your device. Now we're going to go to our Raspberry Pi project. This is on my website, and this is a Raspberry Pi that I've used for a few other things, so it's already up to date. We don't have to run any of this. Really all we have to do is run this one command right here, which is a curl command. Does everything for us, and it's going to install, it's going to run this script. So if you just click on it, you can see exactly what it does. And basically it's just checking to make sure you have all the dependencies that the application needs, and it's going to build the application for you. Okay, and it looks like our script is done now. So there is a link right here. If you want to, you can just click on that and it'll take you right to the dashboard for the application. And then also, if you want to use the HID keyboard, which I'll show you a little bit more about in just a second, you will have to reboot your Pi. So go ahead and reboot your Pi now, and I'll be back as soon as it is rebooted. Okay, once your Raspberry Pi is rebooted, you can go to the IP address and find the dashboard. Now, a quick rundown of how this works is you've got a config menu. This is where all your settings are, and I'm not going to go through what everything does. But if you have any questions, you can just go to the help and then look up, let's say, the configuration, and it will show you what all the different settings do. And so from this website, you can look up way more information. Quick rundown of the app. You do have a send mode, and this is where you'll actually be able to send your Morse code from. Just like that. You have an encode, so you can send without actually using your paddles. You have a decode, which is where you can practice your Morse code listening to it skills. And just like that, I got it right. Next, you have a speed test, which is really just for testing your ability to send Morse code. So we're going to try start, see if I can do this. Okay, I can now click on done, which I am going to get a problem because of that little space. But you can see I got S right and then T-A-R-T. So I did actually get it right. I just added in a space. So next you've got the keyboard. This is what you have to restart the Pi for, and this just allows you to use your iambic paddles actually as a keyboard on your computer as long as it's plugged into your computer. So you plug the Raspberry Pi into the computer, you can use it as a keyboard. Here you can see your statistics, so you can see how well you're doing on the decode and speed test. And then you've got this radio window, which allows you to communicate between two different Raspberry Pis. So if you have two Raspberry Pis on the same Wi-Fi, you're actually able to communicate back and forth between them using this window. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope everything makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.